the in operator / keyword in Python. So in Python, we have a symbol in, and it's used in two different ways. It's used as an operator and it's used as a keyword. So before we go into the actual implementations of either of those, let's understand what an operator is and what a keyword is. So in programming, an operator is a symbol that performs specific operations on 1, 2, or 3 operands and returns a result. So right here, in this first example of if 3 in numbers, we have the in operator, and it's a binary operator because it has a left operand and a right operand. So it's dealing with 2 operands, making it a binary operator. And we'll go into what exactly or how exactly the in operator works in a second, but let's look at the definition of a keyword in programming. So a keyword is a reserved word by the language, in this case Python, which conveys a special meaning to the interpreter, or if we were using a different language like Java, maybe a compiler, and it's used to perform internal operations. So we were initially on the left side here, when we were looking at the operator, we were checking if the left operand is in the right operand. But when we're using in as a keyword, we want to look at the whole sequence of symbols, numbers, ranges. We want to look at the whole sequence of these symbols as one meaning. So let's go through it. For I in range of 5. Now, range is a function. It's a built-in Python function. And if you're unfamiliar with how that works or what that is, I'll link a video here I made on range, and you can check that out. Now, for I in range of 5, so when we pass in the number 5 to range, it's going to create a sequence of numbers for us. And that sequence of numbers is going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I is going to start off as that base number 0. And so for I in range of 5, what's really being said here is at each iteration of I, at each, I is going to represent each sequence of these numbers and increment by 1 for each iteration of this for loop. So we start off for I in range of 5, we're saying I is 0, and we print I. That's the code we're executing in our for loop. So if this was our console over here, we'd be printing 0. And then we go back to the top of the for loop. I gets incremented by 1, which is handled by the range function. So if you're not familiar with range, definitely check it out. But I will get incremented to the next sequence, the next element in the sequence, which is 1. So we'll print 1. We'll do the same thing again with the rest of them, all the way up until 4. So it'll be 0, 2, 3, and 4. And so the in operator the in keyword, it's not checking anything like it would if it was an operator. It's simply a part of a bigger meaning. And the meaning is this sequence of symbols here and functions and whatnot. So would it be nice if, if this in symbol was called something else? I think so. I think it would clarify that, the in symbol is not 2 separate meanings. It would be nice if that wasn't the case, but it is, and that's totally fine. So that's how the in keyword is used. It's used in looping constructs like a for loop here. So that's how it's used as a keyword. Now, as an operator, what we're doing is we're checking if 3, let's start with this first example. We're checking if 3 is in numbers. And in this particular case, this particular example, we are checking the value in a sequence. So we're checking if 3 is in this list. This is a list of numbers. And it doesn't necessarily just have to be a list. It could be a list, it could be a tuple, a dictionary, a set, or even a string. So really any sequence. So what we're checking is we're checking if the value is in the sequence. That's what we're checking. We're checking if 3 is in numbers. And as we can see, 3 is right there. So this if else block would return, would print to the console, 3 is in the list. Now, there is a caveat to this, and it's when the right operand is a dictionary. So if the right operand is a dictionary, like it is down below, we're going to be checking the key, not the value. So if it's a dictionary, we're checking the key. And what does that mean exactly? Well, the left operand will serve as the key that we're looking for inside the dictionary called people. So we're looking to see if Bob is a key that exists in people. So as we go through this dictionary of people, we can see that the second element or the second entry of this dictionary, the key is Bob. And so therefore we would return, or we would print, Bob is in the dictionary. Bob is in the dictionary. Again, we're checking Bob as a key. We're not checking to see if there was any value named Bob. We were checking to see if there was a key named Bob. And so that is again happening because the right operand of this operation, the right operand was and is a dictionary.